Hello, everyone, and welcome to Language Talks. I'm absolutely delighted to be in conversation today with Mr. Vaibhav Paliwal from Pune, who has redefined what it means to build community through creativity. Vaibhav is the founder of Pune's beloved Nukkad Cafe, which is a space that blends books, art, and conversation. It is the first cafe in Pune to be awarded as Best Book Cafe. Beyond being an entrepreneur, he is also a cultural leader who launched Pune's World Book Day Literary Festival, bringing together many speakers and events in a single celebration of ideas. With over 17 years of experience across marketing, hospitality, and social initiatives, including his not for profit venture, PAALVIA Foundation, he continues to inspire through his work that bridges culture, creativity, and community. Let's dive into his journey. Welcome to the show, Vaibhav.
Thank you, Lalita. I'm happy to be here with you.
Yeah, likewise. Vaibhav, I would like to start by asking you what inspired you to blend books, coffee, and community in this unique way at Nukkad Cafe?
Okay. For me, life is about experiences we have, the moments we create, and the memories we carry along with us. And I think this is true for most of the people. And, to have those experiences and moments, what really works is in a very simple way is that, when we take a pause or we just reflect to ourselves, is where some of the best experiences and memories get created. अब ये किसी के लिए एक चाय के कप में हो सकता है, मतलब चाय की चुस्कियों में हो सकता है, या कोई किताब के कुछ पन्ने पढ़ने से हो सकता है, या फिर किसी कोने में शांति से खुद के साथ बैठे हुए हैं उस मोमेंट में they can get that reflection with themselves and create some wonderful moments with themselves. At Nukkad Cafe, this is what we are trying to do. We just weave the chai, books, music, poetry, stories all together so that the people who come here get that pause in their life, get some self-reflection. Maybe they're able to connect with themselves better. And once they connect with themselves, they also connect with the people around. They find the community which they feel belonged. So this is the whole idea about, why the Nukkad Cafe came into the picture. The whole idea was to connect you or anyone. The Nukkad Cafe is all about connecting you with yourself first, then with your passion, and with the people of like-minded forming your own tribe.
Okay, that's such a wonderful idea, and you actually made it materialize. That is even more wonderful.
Right.
Vaibhav, like you explained a little bit, but I would like you to speak more about such a space which fosters culture of reading and dialogue. So please tell us more.
Okay. So, you know, um, what I see it as, there are two types of truth of existence. One is that we know that it exists, like there is a thought, there is an emotion, feelings, vibes. And the second truth is that when all these gets transformed into something, like a thought gets transformed into an action or an emotion into a creation. So these two truth together creates something that we call as a life that we live. For me, physical spaces are those catalysts, are is that catalyst which bring these two things together, these two truth together and create a life for you. It's a physical space where where literature and arts come alive. These places actually make people connect to something real, to read, to listen, to dialogue, and have an experience which is real, something that is whole. For me, such spaces like a cafe or a Nukkad Cafe or any other such similar spaces is not just a space, it's a canvas of opportunity for anyone to create or complete a life. Such spaces help people inspire, not only invite people to be present, but also to inspire being in presence. And in doing this entire thing, it also promotes the culture of reading, dialogue, and the literature comes alive. So this is how I see a role of a space place.
Right. I think you explained it so very well. And like you said, this word experience is so important. Like when you go there and you're experiencing the whole thing, I think that's very important.
Correct. I mean, when anybody comes to a space, is when
Mhm.
they're whatever they're thinking, they can actually experiment on creating it. So it makes it a whole life experience.
That's true. Well, many of your initiatives like World Book Day celebrations, poetry sessions, you have taken them out from the formal spaces into the informal spaces, like even old age homes. So these are different settings and everyday spaces. So why do you think this is very important?
Uh, So, I think the very essence of arts and literature is to come out into real. Like I said earlier, the thoughts and emotions or imagination, they get transformed into a certain forms of creation. So when this transformation happens and when people start living it, informal spaces, they are preserved in forms of arts and literature. Like if it's a gallery or a library, to educate, guide, and inspire people. That's a very important role that any formal spaces play. But in reality, I feel that arts and literature live in the everyday spaces, creating memories and lives for people. Like in the senior citizens, where we do poetry and musicking session, we go to their old age homes and engage them with poetry and music. We see light in their eyes when they recite poem. It's not because that they remember the poem, but it's because they remember themselves while uh, reciting a poem. Similarly, when we see a child in a slum singing the first song that they have written by themselves, it's a joy of not of that they can sing. That is the joy itself. But I think one more important element in their joy is that the child realizes that the child has a voice, and that also matters, for the child itself. And that is why it is so important that the literature has to be at everyday spaces. When arts or literature breathe with where people live, where people live, where arts and literature breathe where people live, it starts creating a more wonderful life. And I think this is what Nukkad or PAALVIA Foundation is trying to do in its own little bit, is to bring it out, arts and literature, into the real life spaces where people live, where arts and literature itself truly belong. That's why I think it's very important for arts and literature to come out, because it is its very essence, and we are just trying our own bit to facilitate that.
Definitely. And I think that bit is a lot. It does create an impact. In Pune, we have such a diverse community. There are so many languages, so many cultures. So how do you put them all together and bring them in a, on a common platform, and build a community? So tell us about it.
Okay. So I think language is one of the most beautiful way to build a
Mhm.
community. It's not only because uh, people will speak the same word, but language carries the same feeling. I mean, as you are a language expert, you will know, like language again has a two parts. One is the script, the words, and there is something called as in between the words. Okay, so the words is all what we understand, but between the word lies the feeling, and that is where creates the community. So whether a language, it is being spoken, written, or performed, language carries those emotions and feelings between the lines and between the words. And especially in city like Pune, where people come from so many different places, like every one of us even experience many languages in one day. Like we come across Marathi, Hindi, English, even sometimes tell me Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Punjabi, and so many languages which we may not understand, but we still understand what people are trying to say, what energies they pass on. So I think language itself is a very beautiful way to connect people, especially because it is able to carry emotions between the lines, and that's where the community gets built up.
I mean, yes, that is so true. And I agree with you 100%. You have been working in this area for so many years. So, have you noticed any shifts, especially the new generation? So, about reading books or poetry or, community arts. So, what are the changes that you are seeing now?
Um, See, there is a shift for sure, which everyone sees evidently, but I think it's more of a natural course of evolution. Like, like if even let's say arts and literature itself, arts and literature with time and ages uh, have shifted from various means of delivery through various mediums. Like in the good old days, there was no script at all. There was just language existed in any form. From being no script to writing on tree barks to AI and VR these days. So the arts and literature itself is changing the mediums through which it interacts with people. It adapts itself with time, and time has adapted. So naturally, the way people engage has evolved, and it will keep changing. But I think what has remained consistent is, though the medium has changed, the meaning and the purpose that arts and literature serves has not changed. People need stories. Maybe they they're not reading it, but they're listening it as an audiobook. They're experiencing it as a performance. So I think the important part here is that no matter what the shift has been, because even the mediums keep changing and the way we as an audience engage keeps changing, it still serves the very essential purpose in people's life. That one is to create those memories, preserve it, and make the life more wonderful. Let shift be in any direction. It will keep creating a wonderful life.
That's so true. I mean, the means and media are changing, but
The
the
media,
bottom line is
it's more
storytelling.
evolution.
Hmm. Right. Vaibhav, what's next for Nukkad Cafe and PAALVIA Foundation as well? So, are there any new projects coming up? Any new ideas?
Uh, for us, the next is to not to come up with any new ideas at least this financial year, but to uh, go more deeper and more purposeful. Like like for Palia Foundation, we want to reach out to more orphanages, start uh, bring giving more creative interventions, like to teach them with different forms of arts, different forms of engage them with any form of art, be it arts or a performance arts or a literature. Let them write some poems, let them write their own songs and sing. So we want to reach out to more orphanages, more seniors, old age homes, and that is one part in the Palvia Foundation. We also in the Basti that we deliver in the Basti where we deliver creative intervention. So we have been working now almost more than a year, 1.5 years now. And our second edition of Art Festival in that Basti is about to come. So we will start planning for that. So we'll be announcing the Art Festival in a Basti very soon. It's the Pune's only professionally organized art festival that happens in a slum setting where 80% of the performances are by the children of the Basti and from the other areas, the underprivileged children and people come to perform their arts and display their arts. So we'll be announcing about it very soon. The preparation of it is about to start. The fourth edition of Pune's World Book Day is also coming up, which will happen in April 2026. So the theme of the storyline of this Pune's World Book Day, again, we will be announcing it very soon. So that is there on the card. We have also introduced merchandise, primarily to promote the original artwork of the differently abled and the underprivileged children that they make. So we print their artwork on, say, mugs and tote bags and promote it primarily to show these children, whether they're differently able or underprivileged, that the art form that they learn, that the art that they learn is not only the learning, it can be applied to the real world and it can become their livelihood. In a way, we also try to give them a entrepreneurial experience, exposure to this. So we need to reach out to more people, promote these merchandise more. So this is where these are on the cards for PAALVIA Foundation. As far as the Nukkad Cafe is concerned, the renovation is in pipeline. So we are trying to refresh the look and feel. It's been a while, and I think we need to uh, bring forward a refresh look. So that's there in the pipeline. So one that should happen in a month's time. So that's there.
That is great.
For
Yeah.
us, the next is to make it more deeper.
Okay, that is great, and I look forward to visiting your World Book Day.
Yeah, you're most welcome. We were happy to have you last year as well. So I will be happy to see you again.
Yes, definitely. Thank you. Finally, for listeners who love language and literature, but they want to do more for this community, so what advice would you give to help them do that?
Uh, so you're saying to do more for the community, okay? So the first thing first is, if you love arts and literature, you need to, you don't need to have a grand plan. You just need to start with a small steps, maybe to write a poem or to tell a story or act somewhere or perform somewhere. It's a very small steps that you need to start doing it. And because the arts and literature is such a powerful tool, it starts healing anyone who is indulging in it. So one thing is to self-heal, self-express. But once you start feeling that power and you start healing yourself, start joining the people who help other people uh, heal or to help other people get access to arts and literature. I mean, you have witnessed the power of arts and literature. Now pass it on. Connect with the organizations who are giving back to the society. Reach out to them, say that you want to be a part of it, you want to volunteer, you want to share your form of art with the underprivileged, maybe a children or at a senior citizen, or with senior citizen at an old age home. So reach out to them, volunteer, and help help arts and literature do the wonders with other people as well. So when your expression truly becomes purposeful, and when it moves from self to society, make it move from self to society. So when it becomes from self to society is where you will find your life to be more meaningful and purposeful. I mean that's a simple thing that anyone can do.
Yes. Yes, it is. You said it is simple, but it is so profound that what you said, like self to society, I think that's a very good message. Mhm.
Thank you.
So that was a lovely conversation, Vaibhav. Thank you so much for joining, and you have a good day.
And thank you so much for inviting me. It was a pleasure speaking to you as well. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye bye. Thank you, everyone, for joining me in conversation with Vaibhav Paliwal. See you in the next episode. Until then, have a good day. Bye bye.